Thank you very much. What a powerful day. Our experts have covered a lot of territory in just the past few hours. First, I'd like to thank all of today's workshop participants for their thought-provoking presentations and our moderators for the way you managed each of the panels. Clearly, a lot more questions than we had time to answer, but I hope we can continue this conversation tomorrow. Our speakers provided a wonderful perspective on the current landscape of older adult inclusion in clinical trials and the challenges of conducting research in this heterogeneous population where many trials end up including only fit participants. Among the many topics covered today, our speakers noted several things, and I wanted to just cover some takeaways on the day. One is that there's this inter-individual heterogeneity that needs to be recognized in the older adult population and more fully appreciated, and the need to measure outcomes that matter. The NIH inclusion across the lifespan work confirmed that indeed older adults were often excluded from clinical trials, even though the medications being studied would have been used in that population. NIH has, subsequent to that, implemented policy revisions to ensure older adults are included in trials. And it was noted that there is a general reluctance to include older adults in early stage trials because of concerns about perhaps safety for that population. We then heard about the major challenges of including older adults in these trials due to comorbid conditions and the use of multiple medications. And panelists noted that we need to require strong justification for exclusion criteria. We need to encourage clinical trials specific to older adults and consider adding smaller older age cohorts in early stage trials. It's very interesting the way it's noted that trust, altruism, and expectations of benefit drive participation in clinical trials. And it was noted that perhaps manipulating some of these aspects may help to bolster participation in trial participation in the future. Finally, we heard a lot about innovative trial designs, including adaptive platform trial designs, REMAP, home-based trials, the possible use of adaptive designs in the older adult population, mechanistic modeling to support drug development for older adults, clinical trial simulation, and utilizing community pharmacies for clinical trials. It's been a real tour de force today of getting insights into what we can do to improve research and development, drug research and development for older adults across the age span. I hope you too have found today's sessions thought-provoking. These workshops can be a catalyst for change. In this case, change in how older adults are included in clinical trials in the future and how we conduct those trials. I encourage each of you to think about what you and your organization may be able to do to advance this work. Your participation in this workshop shows you're committed to it and you want to make a difference. I hope you'll think about what you might be able to do and see if we can't use this workshop as a way to pivot to a new future around inclusion of older adults in clinical trials. Day 2 of the workshop begins tomorrow, that is Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern, with session number 3, which is titled The Era of COVID-19 and Beyond. Thank you again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.